Now we'll hear from the candidates for Carroll County Supervisor in District 1, beginning with Supervisor Cheryl Wagner. Cheryl?
I want to thank the Chamber for inviting us here tonight. My name is Cheryl Wagner. I'm a Democrat. I live in Carroll, and I belong to Holy Spirit Parish. My husband and I own and operate a small trucking business. We have 2 sons living in Carroll. Dan works for Bating Construction, and Dave works for Pepsi, and they both held their jobs for many years. We have 6 grandchildren and 1 handsome great-grandson, all born, raised, living, and working in the Carroll area. Excuse me. When Dale McDermott passed away off the Board of Supervisors last September of '09, I was appointed out of 13 applicants to fill out his term. I've been serving on the board since October of last year. The term will expire on November 2nd, and then I will have to be elected. So on November 2nd, my name will be on the ballot for the general election. I'm here today putting a face on the name that will be on the ballot. I came to the board last October with a clean slate. I don't have any personal mission to accomplish or a hidden agenda. The job of county supervisor is an ongoing learning process, and I want to keep learning and working for the Carroll County taxpayer. I'm a good fit on the Board of Supervisors for several reasons. I have a degree in business from DMAC Carroll. I'm able to draw from that education to make sound decisions when I vote. I worked for the City of Templeton for several years, where I was responsible for the city budget, as well as 100 other duties that a small town city clerk is responsible for. My husband and I have owned and operated a small trucking business for over 32 years. I know that trucks and machinery have to be well maintained. Downtime is expensive. We have owned and operated a farming operation for over 20 years, so I know the importance of good roads, good bridges, culverts, and drainage ditches. I have logged hours and hours of volunteer work. The closest to my heart is the hospice organization, where I work one-on-one with clients and their families. My focus is on the budget, secondary roads, and the mental health program. I want to get the best bang for the buck for the taxpayers by being fiscally responsible. I am committed to the time it takes for a county to work for the county and for you, the taxpayer. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl Wagner. Now we'll hear opening comments from Supervisor candidate Neil Bach.
To the Chamber of Commerce, thank you for putting on this forum. My name's Neil Bach, and I want to be your county supervisor. County supervisor needs to be a strong leader, but a person who cares about you as a person. Someone who will be open-minded, listen, and be fair. A person you can trust. I can bring leadership skills back to this position. I'm the founder of a private business which I operated for over 25 years. The county needs to be operated like a business. I can bring business skills back to this position. As a previous county supervisor, I dealt with 14 budgets. The average tax increase each year was only 1.1%, and that compares very well to the 5.9% increase which my opponent has voted for. I can bring budgeting skills back to this position. I'm the owner of ag land, and I have over 16 years experience of hands-on raising crops and livestock. I was born and raised on a family farm on a secondary road. I raised my children on an acreage on a secondary road. I understand the problems that occur with drainage, with agriculture, and with secondary roads. I can bring knowledge of secondary roads and agriculture to this position. In summary, I want to be your county supervisor. I have the experience and the job qualifications required of this job. I would appreciate your vote to make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil Bach. You're listening to the Carroll Chamber of Commerce Candidate Forum on 1380 KCIN. Now we'll hear from the candidates for House District 51, House of Representatives. First, candidate Dan Neil Bach.
I would like to start out by thanking all you voters for coming out here tonight, taking time out of your busy schedule, and trying to understand each and every one of us candidates and choose the right one for the job. So thank you. I am Dan Mohler, Democrat running for state representative. My wife Patty and I both graduated from Manila Community School. We have been married for 32 years, and we have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. My oldest, Beth Swearingen, is married to Dave, and Beth works for the city of Manning, and Dave has Dave Swearingen Auto, and they have a son, Brody. Next is my son, David, and he's married to Linda, and they have 2 children, Ava and Chas, and they are expecting the 3rd one. And David is in the farming operation with me. My youngest daughter, Megan, if you see sitting back there, just last Saturday, we have Jack Dale, a newborn. That's their first. And Megan is a speech pathologist right here in this community. And I think you go to Kuhn and all around. She's a speech pathologist for the schools here. And Robert, he works on our farm, and he's part owner and operator of our farm as well. And with those 2 boys working and helping, it frees me up to help serve the community. I'm following my father's footstep, Louis Mulbauer. He was a supervisor years ago, and back in the early 80s, he was a state representative as well. He spent 5 terms or 10 years as state rep down in Des Moines. So it's kind of in our bloodlines to serve the people here in the communities. I am currently a Crawford County supervisor. I have been a supervisor for 5 years. In my 2nd year in, I was chairman of the board already. So as supervisor, I have learned a lot of things. I sit on a lot of boards that has opened me up, and it's the same that I can take to Des Moines to understand what's going on. All it is the state is a bigger place. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan Mulbauer, candidate for House District 51. Now we'll hear from candidate Dan Dirks, House District 51.
Good evening. My name is Daniel Duane. My sons and daughters are the 7th generation of my family to reside in District 51. And I'm not going to name them all because I got other things to say. I'd like to cut to the chase. I'm the guy with all the signs. If you want to know who I am and where I come from and where I'm going, go to dirkshouse.com. What needs to change in Iowa? The leadership. How will that happen? With a Republican majority. My agenda will be to promote jobs, the economy, and to cut government spending. My campaign has been run on life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These gifts come from our Creator. They do not originate with our government. What is the role of government in all this? Is it to make everyone happy, or to provide an atmosphere where we can pursue our own happiness? With the minimum amount of government intrusion in our lives, this is possible. Tax reform. We've got to allow people to be rewarded for putting their capital at risk. We cannot have so much uncertainty in what the government is going to make us do next or what they're going to regulate next. Do you want more government or do you want less government? The fact that the right to work laws have to be voted down almost every year is bad for Iowa. Companies that provide jobs have got to be assured that Iowa will always be a right-to-work state, and we will have a friendly environment for new jobs. It's not about the creation, it's all about the creation of new wealth. It's not about the redistribution of existing wealth through an oppressive tax code. And if I can be your next candidate for District 51, your next representative, I would hold my ground to the Republicans and the Democrats to assure this agenda. Thank you.